Dolphin Adventure. One diver's incredible undersea experience. A true story by Wayne Grover, illustrated by Jim Fowler. Dolphin Adventure. Dolphin Adventure, a true story. Wayne Grover, illustrated by Jim Fowler. This story is dedicated to the children of the world, so they may share the beauty of the sea's underwater creatures. W.G. In memory of my brother Mike, J.F. That's a seagull. Very pretty. This book has a contents page. Whatever chapter I would like to read, I simply run my finger straight across and it tells me the page number it begins on. Chapter 1, page 3. Dolphin Adventure. Chapter 1, A Special Day. The Florida sun warmed our backs as we loaded the diving gear aboard our boat. It was a cool winter morning in South Florida, the kind my friends and I like best. Several pelicans sat on nearby dock pilings watching, looking for a bite of food that they might beg from us. Because the air was cool and the sea was warm, a foggy mist was rising up from the water, creating dancing clouds that the sun quickly burned away. My friends and I had been diving together for years, and this morning was perfect for another day in the clear water off Palm Beach. By 8:00 a.m., we had untied the boat and started down the coastal waterway toward an inlet that led to the open sea. The entire coast of Florida has a barrier island that protects the mainland from the ocean waves, and there are only a few places to go through it to reach the open ocean. My favorite diving friend, a man called Amos, looks like Santa Claus. He has a long white hair to match. Amos is 60 years old, but he still loves to dive every chance he gets. He is always happy and laughing and makes our diving days full of fun. Today he seemed especially good-humored as he steered our boat out to the sea. Diving off the coast of Florida is different from diving most other places because the water consists of a moving river within the Atlantic Ocean called the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream runs from south to north along the Florida coast, providing divers with a free ride as long as they don't go against the current. Today, we would be using scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, to dive along the offshore reach between 60 and 100 feet deep. Each diver wears a single tank of compressed air with a device called a regulator that allows him to breathe. Most of the divers with us were there to hunt for big fish. These divers carry spear guns with which to shoot fish to take home for dinner. I was there to dive purely for pleasure and for the beauty of the underwater sea, so I carried no weapons except for the usual diving knife every diver wears in a sheath strapped to his or her leg near the ankle, for use only in emergency situations. That morning, the sea was as smooth as glass, with no waves and no wind blowing at all. With the mist rising up and the sun beating down to warm our bodies, it was a very special morning. By the time we reached our diving area, we were already in our rubber wetsuits, which would keep us warm in the sea's cool depths, and were outfitted with our scuba gear. Our flippers were on our feet, our masks on our heads, ready to put our eyes and noses when we got into the ocean. Our flippers were on our feet, our masks on our heads, ready to put over our eyes and noses when we got into the ocean. As I looked down into the water, I could see the bottom approximately 80 feet under the boat. It was perfectly clear. The sky was deep blue and the air was cool and comfortable. There had been other perfect days for some reason. That day was like no other. This story takes place near Palm Beach, Florida. This map shows South Florida and the beach that he was talking about. Right there is the dot for Palm Beach. We live here in West Virginia. That's a long way to go all the way down there. But that's what maps are for, to show us how to get places and how far apart they are. I have a few questions that you might be able to answer. Talk about these things with your parents. Wayne stated that the day was like no other. Why do you think he said that? Did he give any clues when he was talking? Did the author tell you why Wayne thought that this was a perfect day? Maybe you could go back and listen again if you're not sure. Something you can do to find out how deep 80 feet is to stop in one place and to take 80 steps. Where you end should be about 80 feet. If you have an adult and they put their feet heel to toe and walk that far, you'll probably get a really close answer. Is that a far distance? Was it as far as you thought it was, or was it closer? Does that look like a long way if you were going, do you think that would be a long way down if you were going down inside the ocean? Wayne needed to watch his gauges so that he didn't stay down in the water too long. We will get to more of this in Chapter 2. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 1. Come back for the next installment of the Dolphin Adventure. Bye for now.